You'd think we are somewhere in Kenya for a nyama choma weekend.
Hi, Nyamcho.
No, this is rural Japan, a 2-hour drive from Tokyo where I met Kenyans daring in Japan during a weekend outing. Learn more about the Kenyan community in Japan as we speak to their leader Geoffrey Owuor and Kenya's ambassador to Japan, Moi Lemoshira.
In February 7th last year, 2024, the president came for Japan tour. He met the Diaspora community. It was a good feeling.
We are the third or the fourth largest African population, 1,096 people or thereabout, Kenyans.
The president of Kenyans in Japan Association, Geoffrey Owuor, is a lawyer by training, working as a business consultant in Japan. He takes time off his busy schedule to take me around Tokyo City as he shares his experience abroad before we delve into the welfare of Kenyans living here in Japan. At one moment, we take a ride in a driverless train.
The next station is Shiodome, U2.
Owuor came to Japan through a scholarship in 2017 at the age of 27 for Master of Law Studies at Rico University.
I knew Japan because, Japan products are so many in Kenya. Toyota, Toshiba, all of them. Yeah, but academically, I didn't think of Japan. I knew I was going to go overseas sometime, but it was not Japan. But then when, a scholarship opportunity came, I was looking through the internet scholarship opportunities.
Owuor has spent more years abroad than in his motherland, Kenya.
I was born in Siaya County, Ugenya constituency, and I did my primary and secondary school at a school called Jera Primary School and Jera Secondary School. Then I went for A-level studies in Uganda, Tororo, at Manjas High School. That's where everything changed in my life. From there, I went to Makerere University at the School of Law. After that, I went back to Kenya, did some few job community work, then came to Japan for my master's degree.
Let's now move to the Kenyan community matters, and I experienced their hospitality. Yes, they invited me for a nyama choma at a place called Tashiro, a 2-hour drive from Tokyo City, where they had gathered for their annual camping.
Hi, Nyamcho.
We still share the same culture, the same heritage, So when we come together there, we eat nyama choma, ugali there, because ugali is a very rare delicacy here. So sometimes a lot of people just get it where we, in places like, the barbecue. So the delicacy, the heritage, the culture, all that combined. Then secondly, we do them purposely, very deliberately, to bring Kenyans together, to network, people to people. You could be in Japan, but you don't know somebody who is your next door because there is no opportunity to meet.
Welcome. I watch you a lot.
Kija also promotes people-to-people relations.
So we do that through, cultural events between Kenyans who are in Japan and Japanese community who are here. We also do professional networking between Kenyans who are here and Kenyans who are in Japan, Japanese who wants to go to Kenya. We also do government relation. We have very good work relationship with, the State Department of Diaspora Affairs through the embassy here.
In a separate interview, I sought to find out from Ambassador Moi Lemoshira about the demographics of the Kenyan community in Japan.
We would like to grow the Kenyan diaspora by big margins. We are a very small community. We are the third or the fourth largest African population, but it was only 1,096 people or thereabout. Kenyans. How do we increase that to 3,000? Because if we can see the impact of what we have is really substantial, what about doubling or tripling?
You can find so many skill sets here, like for example for me, I'm trained in law. I'm a business consultant. You're going to find engineers here. You're going to find software engineers here. You're going to find mechanical engineers here. All kind of professions, very highly skilled. At least when I was checking, I think 60% of Kenyans who are here, who are not students, 60% of Kenyans who are here at least have a master's degree and above academic qualifications. So I think that's a very qualified pool of people that can contribute very effectively in the national development. So we try to create an opportunity whereby Kija is a platform for knowledge transfer, information transfer, and also technology and innovation.
The Kenya government has taken a very proactive engagement with the Japanese government to open up avenues for Kenyans to be employed here in Japan. Of course, the fact that we have quite a good number of students who are already conversant with Japanese culture, language, and Japanese business ways is an advantage. But the government is also exploring ways to train Kenyans in Japanese languages. The first step is to include Japanese as an elective language for teaching from the earliest possible in our country. Number two is to introduce Japanese as an elective subject in the expertise institutions like Kenya Medical Training colleges, like the engineering schools, departments of constructions in the universities. Definitely for institutions that teach international relations and diplomacy. It's not just the private sector, but also in the Kenyan universities. Japanese language should be more and more availed as an elective courses. Finally, as the embassy, we will wish to support Japanese companies to partner with government Kenya institutions, both the public and the private, to teach Japanese, but also to teach Japanese business studies.
Indeed, I managed to meet a number of Kenyan professionals here. Dick Olango is an architect. I met him together with his business partner, Sakata Izumi, and they are collaborating with Jomo Kenyatta International University of Agriculture and Technology to promote the use of the dreaded cotton soil as building material instead of being thrown away as waste. Victor Maina is an engineer who has been involved in the construction of world-class bridges in Japan and Asia in general. James Kanyingi here with his partner Tanaka Masao is in the vehicle and machineries sales business. Daniel Ngari and his wife Eri Kawaoto are also in the automotive export business. Then there is Florence Masioku, who owns a Kenyan specialty restaurant in Tokyo City.
The Kenyan youth are particularly tech-savvy. Their ICT digital economy is an open field for Kenyans here in Japan. And actually, they don't need to be here in Japan, as you understand. The digital economy is an undertaking that you can do anywhere in the world. Number two is the construction. I am sure that you would have already studied and know that Japan would have just barely below 1 million labor deficiency as we are talking. Annual, I think it's about 925,000. If you are to assume a country to take 1% of that, that's quite big. So construction is another one. Agricultural fields, there are a lot of challenges that Japan is facing with the aging population, what we call the rural-urban migration, which, of course, you know, for our country is also an issue. Japan is becoming a global environment. English is becoming very popular. So teaching of English as well is very good. And you know, having interacted with the Kenyans abroad, we contribute substantially there. That in the area of elderly care, yeah, that's also an area, but that has to come now with the issue of training, nursing and public health. How do we make sure that our graduates also fulfill the requirements of the specifics of the Japanese sector?
The Kenyan community got an opportunity to interact with President William Ruto during his Japan visit in February 2024, and they shared their views on how they can contribute to national development.
It was a good meeting because he was very impressed by the level of engagement. First, we had a side event with the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, together with the Permanent Secretary, Roslyn Jogo, to discuss, in-house issues, housekeeping, share about what we want to do, how we want to collaborate with the Kenyan government, to make our country better. Then there was the mkutano kubwa wenyewe, jukwaa. Yeah, so the first time to shake a president's hand.
The laughter tells it all. Indeed, Wakili Geoffrey Owuor is a fulfilled president of Kenyans in Japan Association.